I'm with Rhiannon from Courtyard Bridal Boutique in Kettering, and we're going to find out more about the crazy week they've had. Do you want to tell me what's happened?
So basically on Saturday last was it last week?
Was it last Saturday?
Yeah, so Saturday last Saturday, basically we got a phone call at 10:30 in the morning. We answered the phone to a photographer who was in desperate need of a wedding dress for a young lady that was without one an hour before her wedding. So yeah.
This was what time?
This was at 10:30, and then basically we had to be there. She had to be going down the aisle at 11:30.
Okay, so quite a tight time frame.
Very tight time frame.
And did you have anyone in the shop with you at the time? Any customers?
So we already had Bethan, my sister, was already in an appointment. I was just about to start an appointment, but then I had another young lady, Claire, who then kindly took over that appointment. So luckily, my mum and myself could grab some dresses, grab the overlocker, grab sewing needles, body tape, veil, bust cups, anything that we might need, because obviously we didn't know how it was going to fit, didn't know what she would like, or didn't really know what she looked like until we got there.
Okay, so quite chaotic.
Very chaotic.
Okay, well we'll just chat to your mum now a little bit about what happened when you got there, because she was quite hands-on.
Yeah, Mum was very, very hands-on. Bless her, she just rose to the occasion, got her scissors out, got her needle out and her overlocker, and off she went.
Okay, so do you want to tell me a little bit about your experience that morning, what happened? It sounds like it was pretty hectic.
It was. I took the initial phone call and I told Rhiannon. She chose a couple of dresses, and while she was doing that I was throwing things into a bag. We then got there and the bride was very calm. I couldn't believe how calm she could be.
I think I'd be quite stressed in that
I think
situation.
I would have been too. I think we were quite stressed, but we had to of course be professional. And she chose the easiest of the two dresses, thank goodness. There was a choice of a plain crepe or a lace, and she chose the plain crepe, thank goodness. So I whipped out my scissors, stood on a box. That's all we could find, was just to stand her on so that I could get the length, because it was about 6 inches too long. So that was quite a lot to come off in one go. I cut the layers, I got out the overlocker, for which I had to balance it on a little pedestal table, and I couldn't sit down. There were nowhere to sit, nowhere to put it. There were 6 bridesmaids in the room: the bride, the makeup lady, the photographer, ourselves, and it was just chaos in there. So I had to actually stand up and overlock standing up on one leg while I was using the overlocker, and we just did the length. Once the length is done, I think any bride automatically feels the dress belongs to her. So that was a great moment when she felt that it was going to fit her. And then we had to put some bust cups in because she was unable to wear the underwear that she had planned to wear with her original dress. I mean, brides take ages to choose their lingerie to go with their dresses. So we put some bust cups in to just give her a little bit of extra support and coverage in the front there. And we got her to leave the room at 11:37.
That's not bad at all.
It wasn't bad at all.
I bet you needed a strong gin after that.
It would have been nice, but not if we had to come back to work.
Oh, of course not.
But we were lucky enough to get a glass of very nice champagne.
I think that's the least you could have done with that.
But I was very lucky because we had a little misadventure afterwards and we couldn't get back into the room. I had to stay to the wedding breakfast. So there was I in my work kit. I hadn't got any makeup on. And I sat down in the most luxurious surroundings of Rushton Hall, which is a beautiful venue, and in my little woolly jumper in this fabulous wedding. And it was
enjoying your meal.
The meal was superb, and it was just, I couldn't have thought when I got up in the morning that's what I would be doing that day.
That's crazy, but
so it was great.
All's well that ends well, I suppose.
It is, and they're very happy, and they've been to see us a couple of times since, and all the whole team here at Courtyard have met them now. So
oh, that's lovely.
They're a lovely couple.
That's great, and obviously you've had quite a lot of media coverage, which is never a bad thing.
No, but I wish it was a little bit more about how bridal shops can help.
Yeah.
You know, if they can phone up somebody like us, any of our good bridal shops, any of our good independent retailers can all help. they, you know, we were just happened to be 4 miles away.
Yeah, and when you have your own independent shop as well, you've got so much more of a personal interest invested in it, and you really want to help.
Well, the ethos in this shop has always been open for 15 years. The ethos has always been the bride comes first. Doesn't matter whether she's our bride or not.
Yeah.
If a bride needs help, we're there for her.
That's very admirable. And obviously this isn't the first time you've had a little bit of TV fame, is it?
No, but I think perhaps Bethan and Rhiannon
Yes,
should tell you a
I
little
will be
bit more
chatting
about
some
that one.
in a second. But thanks so much for filling us in on what happened.
Thank you.
It sounds dramatic.
It was a bit.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about how this week hasn't been your first brush with TV fame. You're no strangers to having TV crew around.
No, unfortunately.
So 5 years ago, you were on a BBC show with Alex Polizzi.
Yes.
About reviving businesses, turning them round. Do
Yep.
you want to tell me how that came to be?
That was your fault.
That was my fault.
Yes.
So it was very, again, a very surreal day. It was a normal, I think it was a Tuesday or something, got a phone call. I was busy doing orders, so I was just not really listening on the phone because I knew it was going to be advertising or something equally as normal, but kind of didn't really want to speak to them. I was busy. So I answered the phone and this nice lady said, I know you're really busy. If a customer walks in, I'll put the phone down and I'll phone you back. And I thought, well, that's odd in this industry. Usually they just go straight in and want you all of your time. So I thought, I'll give her the time of day. And she was saying that she was from a TV company and they were after family businesses. And they're after family businesses that have a few issues. And she said it's an issue like don't have another generation to take on the business, can't get rid of the older generation, or there's
But your mum loved that.
or there's conflict between the family, to which, because I wasn't really concentrating on what she said, I giggled very slightly because we'd literally just had a family argument before she rang.
Okay.
Mum wasn't in the shop at the time because she'd walked on a stationary break to clear her head because we'd just had an argument, so hence my slight
And
giggle.
you weren't talking to me.
And I wasn't talking
for
to you
6
because
months.
you were annoying me. So I giggled and she went, oh, does that sound like you? I'll get my producer to phone you straight back, which she did. And then it snowballed. Within 2 weeks, the film crew were there filming.
Wow, okay.
So it was one of those things that we just didn't have time to actually think about it, which was probably a good thing, because I think if we'd actually thought what they were doing, we might have got
Changed
a
our
little bit
minds.
scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have been a bit too daunting.
So how did that change things for you? How did it make you turn things around? What did you learn?
Well, I think that through the process of the actual show, I think most
And the
people...
tasks they gave us as well.
And the tasks, we had to do tasks, we had to kind of change things, change the business model, look at, you know, our pricing and look at everything. And I think through that process, we decided to go above and beyond what they'd set us.
Yeah.
And
changed
try
a lot that they didn't even
ask for us to
touch
change.
on at all. So we did a lot more than they expected us to.
So, you know, we looked at upping our price point a little bit. We looked at the collections we were stocking, how many dresses we did sell, sort of how to get rid of samples, actual kind of customer service. I mean, we were good at customer service,
That was
but you
one
know,
thing they never changed.
They never changed that. But obviously, you can always be better. You can always strive for more. You can always sort of want to be the best. And I don't think you can ever, you know, you've just got to keep going.
And I think this weekend's events have shown.
Yes,
you
know,
will go above
We're
and
still
beyond.
there with the customer service.
but you know, we will genuinely go above and beyond. But also, you know, it makes you look at your surroundings. Can you improve the way that we do appointments? Can we improve the customer's experience? And you always can.
And I think over the last 5 years, customers' expectations have changed. And I think as we did the show, they kind of put it into our mind that you should never be content with what you're doing and what's going on in your own business. You should always be looking at better things. And I think that's helped us in the last 5 years with the whole industry in effect changing because of customers' expectations. Television shows that have given brides a different view on things, and I think
Or a false sense
of how things should be. That so since the show, we've been able to just keep growing and keep changing.
And striving to be better.
Yeah, I don't think we've sat down, even moving here 8 months ago, we've changed the shop around twice in 8 months, just because it's trying to enhance the customer's experience.
And you're definitely faultless with your customer service, I think it's fair to say.
I'd like to think we are. I mean, you know,
we're still human, we still do make mistakes, but hopefully we can, any little mistake that we might make, we
it's
can.
a learning opportunity.
Exactly,
isn't it?
yeah, definitely.
And you're in a different place now thanks to the show and your learnings from that.
Yeah,
and
Yes, definitely.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
It was
been
lovely to
great
meet you, Zoe.
Thank you for going to catering.
That's okay. I'll come again soon.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.